Really disappointing effort again. Right now we're a soft, selfish team, and we're not difficult to play against. And it's going to change. It's going to change. I don't care if we have to play with 4 guys on the floor. It's going to change because I'm not going to stand there and watch it.
Greg, you have a good team like Ball State an inch, and they'll take it. And certainly that was true on the defensive end for your team today. They shot close to 70% in the second half, got to the line a lot. Is that perhaps where it started a little bit for you?
No question. I mean, the game plan's going in is to be disruptive. This is a team that wants to play possession basketball and probably score mid-60s, upper 60s to win. And we weren't resistant to them at all. They did whatever they wanted. Didn't matter if it was driving the ball, catching and shooting a 3. Didn't matter if it was in the post. And then when we got it to the end of a possession, we foul them. And that's awful, soft defense. And, they're good, but I don't think we provided much resistance at all.
When you look at your own team, the inconsistency that was obviously evident today, I mean, you had chances to get back in the game after going down early, but then, that effort kind of, came and went a little bit as the game went along. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's any one specific player at any one time. How do you try to square the kind of inconsistent effort and kind of concentration that you're getting right now?
The only way I know is to practice harder and practice better and play different guys if they're not getting it. You saw a lot of guys sit a lot tonight. If they're not ready to go and not going to compete at a high level, then they can't play. We worry too much about how we look. We worry too much about how many shots we get. We worry too much about where we're eating or doing other things instead of worrying about coming into practice every day and competing. Because if you don't practice as hard as you're playing out there, you're not just going to go out to the game and do it. And our practices haven't been terrible. We've been going shorter since Charleston was over to try to get guys rested up. We've been without a few guys in practice because of injuries. But we can't do that anymore. We can't afford to because we're making far too many mental errors at the defensive end and not being tough enough to play against. So we got to find a way to toughen some guys up. We got some guys that are really playing hard, but not near enough of them.
Offensively, it wasn't bad today. There were stretches, of course, where you were able to put some points on the board. But it seemed to me that guys are not as confident in their shots as they should be, or maybe the offense isn't creating good enough shots for them. I mean, a lot of shots were missed in the paint in the second half.
Layup.
Yeah.
I can't coach. I mean, we shoot layups every day in practice. We're working on passing, catching, dribbling, shooting. You got to finish with some toughness. It's not just throwing it up there. You either got to get to the free throw line, or you got to finish, or you got to do both. We shot 47%. That's pretty. 40 for 3. That's pretty good offense. At halftime, we were 72% if we had 2 reversals or more. 20% when we had 1 or more. It's the same stuff that we're saying. So I thought we did some decent things. You should score 85, you ought to win.
Coach, you talked about toughness. Talk about Kedar Davis. Heard he dislocated his finger or 2, and then comes out in the second half, still able to contribute at a high level.
He's the one that's emptying his tank. He's playing hard, but he can't be the only one. He can't be the only one, and he's not the only one. But we don't have enough guys. Our other than Bronson, maybe tonight, our interior guys, it's a revolving door of guys not coming in, not doing their job at either end of the floor. So we got to find, if we have to play smaller, we'll play smaller. We played key a lot at the 4, but we still weren't getting stops. We still weren't getting stops. We make far too many mistakes in communication and game plan wise, and that's my fault. We're gonna have to do more repetitions, go longer in practice, so we're not making the same mistakes.
It was tough to start the game. That's probably the 3rd game, maybe the 4th, where you guys have allowed the other team to kind of take the initiative. Yeah, is that a matter of changing the starting lineup?
Probably.
How do you fix it?
Yeah, I think we have too many guys that come out way too casual and like a boxer coming out there just jabbing and dancing around a little bit instead of going in and delivering a blow. Coach Carey had a great game plan, and we wanted to be disruptive. We wanted to get ourselves going with getting stops at the defensive end, and this is a team that wants to catch and shoot threes. We go right out, boom, 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 mistakes, and they get 3 catch and shoot threes from the perimeter. So it's seniors, it's freshmen, guys that should make mistakes are making mistakes, but that's where we're at right now.
Coach, obviously you disappointed with today's result, but as you look at the season so far, what have you liked from your team?
I can't think of a lot I've liked right now. I'll just be honest with you. I like them as people, but that gets you beat. I mean, you can be a nice guy. I try to be a nice person too, but I'm a lot more upset about losing a basketball game than what somebody may think of us. And we got too many guys that are worried about the wrong stuff, and I'm not one to blame them. I don't, because I'm the head coach of the team, and it's the product that's put out there is a direct result of the way we coach them, and it's going to change. It's going to change.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.